Hello and welcome. It's my sixth part of playing through Stanley Parable, trying to find all different endings. I've got a couple lined up that I've managed to find, much to the happiness of my dog Bowski, who's been waiting to go out for a walk for the last like 10 minutes, but I finally found the last of these computers. A lot of people have helped contribute to get to where I am now with these endings, from the comments, my friends mentioned stuff, so very much appreciated for that. So this is the final computer. You may have noticed on various playthroughs there's been a computer spread throughout levels, and every time you go through the level you have to input every time. And I've found the final one. I've just ran through the game 8 times and I still hadn't found it. And then I haven't actually checked my main office, so let's go and hit enter and see what happens. Okay. And we're loading. Oh heaven, okay. Are they saying awesome? Oh. Can I press all these buttons? I can press lots of buttons. What is he saying? Is there anything more to this than this? It is very pretty. Whee! Okay. I think this may be just the ending here. So, if there's anything else that's ending and anyone does know, do give me a shout. But I could spend here the next 20 minutes standing here waiting for something else to happen, but I think that is it. But I'll look at some of the other possible endings I found, and let's get going. Quit to menu. Okay. Let's go through. Okay. Let's see, let's try this one. Alright, I haven't actually played through any of these. I've just got so far and I just saved it as soon as something different happened, so. Okay. This is where I found the third computer. This is the office, and instead of going into the office, I should be able to go in, then out. Come on, in and out. Come on.
Okay, I think we all.
Okay, there we are. I've been trying to back out of doors to see if anything else would open behind me from the beginning of the game, and this one actually did something different. Okay. As you can see, when I did the broom closet ending, this happened. So this is the playthrough straight after that one, so I'm not allowed back in there. Okay. Keep on going. I'd like to take this moment to say thanks for everyone for the great amount of help finding these different bits and bobs. I tried my best not to go and look up information and stuff like that. This one I came across because someone mentioned something on Twitter about backing out of doors, so let's go on this one. Okay. Oh, different door. And presumably a loading screen. Okay. You are now leaving. Okay. Skate pod. Alright. I might actually get to leave this place. That would be nice. Presume it's the red door. It looks important. No, it's not the red door. It's more me running upstairs. Alright. Okay. riveting video again. I can't see anything because it's too pitch black. Alright. If I find out if this, I could have just taken the escalator. I would have been very, very disappointed. Try that door again. No! And up we go. Come on, escape pod must be around here. Do. Need stair music. Ah, finally. Launch pod, escape bay. Alright, escape. Ah, finally. Okay. What does that bring here? Oh! Is that the ending? And we've escaped. Okay, that's another one of the endings. So that brings us to a grand total of 12. Load. So do another short one. This again was a suggestion in the comments. You remember we're going across here. One thing I never did is this.
But the fact is, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Another nice short one there. Oh, excellent. It's loaded up what would have been my next option. This is another short ending that came across.
His co-workers were gone.
As you may notice, we've loaded up a completely different area, starting area. But if we go to this room, so you look at it slightly different from the rest of the doors, you come across the whiteboard ending, which is this. That's the entire ending more than anything else. It's very similar to the room closet ending. Not much to it, but a bit of fun. I've not went any further with this, just in case something different happens. Let me just power through this, see what happens.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
No, it's not the correct way.
Knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
We love the employee lounge. Hello, employee lounge. Hello, drinks machine. Hello, the picture.
For the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first.
Instead of loading up another save, let's power through this way. Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes, don't want to be fired. Alright.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yes, we have.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
No, I'll just take this time to thank everyone for watching through my playthrough.
But the fact is that the story is
I do thoroughly appreciate anyone takes the time to watch anything I record and stuff like that, especially my twattling over it.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
Okay, let's go.
I'm asking for her.
Who's her, you say? I don't think her exists. If you haven't watched the previous video, her is a mannequin. Spoilers.
She's been waiting.
Okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To
pick up the
reach
phone.
out to her. If you
This was suggested by someone in the comments.
then pick up the
Thank you very
phone.
much.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes, it did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe
I'm a
I was
real
so
boy.
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, a video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh, sorry.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
How many choices have you made today?
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay. I didn't say the repeat.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Let's go and do it. I didn't say back cracking. Back sack crack back Mac. Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not going to come out easy as my voice completely disappears.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Back, crack, and sack. There we are. God. That's what happens when you record most of your videos near close to midnight. Alright, let's keep going. I'd have that do on my head of the rest of the day. It's everyone's favourite employee lounge.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Excellent. I like to go to the real world.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay, I am Stanley.
Choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm
story
quite
first.
sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I am Stanley.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I ain't going right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay, I seem to have broken things more. Everything seems back to normal. Oh.
Oh, it's It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Shut the game down?
I have to.
Okay. Okay, what's going on? So I went black. Oh, it's loaded back up. There we are. That doesn't look healthy at all.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
I feel guilty
My
now.
entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
What the hell
That
happened
means
there?
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
All right.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Remember?
All right.
Left, left,
When
left,
Stanley
left.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And I'm going right.
No! Why did you do that?
Okay.
Quickly, hurry.
Oh. Perhaps.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Okay.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
To left. Okay. And right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
I think I'm going to break the
Behave
game.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Okay.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Let's
Just
see.
follow my lead and you'll
Yes.
be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And to the left. Can't keep them going the same way over and over again. I think it might just keep on looping, so... Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Seems
Coming
to
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
it seemed to went back to normal. Okay. Everything seems in the norm. Ah, this is not the norm.
Stepping
This is
inside
different
his
office.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
It's like the crappier office.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Even though I know you can't hear me, but I'm going to say it. 1115? 11225?
Stanley spoke
Yeah, Night
the
Shark
code.
115.
Night Shark 115. He
Night
spoke
Shark
this into the
115.
receiver, right there on the wall.
I am, but I'm not Stanley. I'm a player who's playing Stanley, who's not playing Stanley, who's playing me.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Nope.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115, please?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it.
Okay.
But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh, I'm a coward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm outside of the level at the moment in time. Hello, Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
I've clipped
Stanley, this is
and the credits.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okie dokie. Oh, I thought it was going to hang there forever. So that has brought us to the grand total of an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 endings, I think. So it's 15 in total. I have at least one other one that I know of.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Okay. I've been trying on and off for about... Since I heard about this ending, someone suggested it. I got up in here once before to climb up onto this table and go this way, but I can't seem to do it all the time for some bizarre reason. It's just a once in a blue moon. Come on. Right. There's a crouch button, which I didn't know actually existed. Yes, so... and go out of the window. And goodbye. Whee!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Okay.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes or no? I'll put no. Can I go up to no?
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Okay.
Oh, now think about it. will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh,
Quite a bit.
Rich, perhaps you just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now,
My brain
I've brought
hurts.
up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay. Let's see. Can I go behind it? No. Can I go to the side? No. I will click. I am sick of this gag. Yes. Come on. Are you going to restart? There must... No. I think I'm stuck here until I restart. I love the clicking noise being a computer noise. Alright. Quit game. Luckily, load. Aha. I have loaded one more option of me getting on the desk earlier on. And let's see what happens when we click yes. Alright. If I don't fall off the desk, that would be helpful. Crouch and go forward. Whee!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map.
No,
until
'cause
he
we've been
heard this
here already.
narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
And we said no last time, so yes we are.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
This isn't a punishment, this
Which
is lovely.
is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
I've got the suspicion he's not going to sing anymore, and that is the end of that ending as well. I'll let it play off this lovely chords, and hopefully I'll just loop around as a lovely background for my end of talking. Thank you very much for watching. We've now got it up to the total. So we had the skateboard ending, the one where I went out the window just now, and the two variants of that, so make that 3. The broken ending, one where we went to heaven, the whiteboard ending, and the jumping off the cargo lift one. So that's from 10 to 17. There is one ending that I am aware of that I'll never ever do. If you remember my second video for the baby, you can actually play the baby game for 4 hours and get a unique ending. I haven't looked at it myself, but I know it's on YouTube. I think it's on my 5th video. One of my lovely commenters have left a link to it as well, so if you want to search for that if you can't seem to find it. But that is, as far as I'm aware, all the endings I can come across. That's basically me up to, let me see, 17 plus the other one, that's 18. So someone said in the comments 18 endings. I'm sure there's small varieties of other ones as well. But if you've got any other suggestions, please give me a shout, always appreciated. Any other comments about what you liked, what you didn't like, always appreciated as well. Oh, is it going? Is he going to speak? Or I'm just going to be left with silence. I try not to talk over the narrator in the story. It's one of the most important things that I always want to do in any of my videos, let the story speak for itself. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I think this may be my last Stanley Parable video. If you want to see more of my other stuff, or if I do another Stanley Parable video, I'm tempted to go back and play the original. If you want to see that, say so in the comments. If you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe as well. So, but as always, so I can take my dog outside for a walk. Thank you and good night.